Hello, today I'm just going to show you a little bit on how I got from these ones to get to this one. Then this video I will just show you a little bit on how I've done it, on how many there are there. It's not going to be a long video, you know, but as I'm probably going to mention at the beginning, or sorry, at the end. This is the beginning. At the end, please like and subscribe if you like this one. More videos will come of this one. But yeah, this is probably gonna, or this is the next time you will see it will be either on this layout or perhaps at an exhibition. I'm not sure yet. There's gonna be some more casts of these ones. Bye for now, guys. It all started out with me having a few gondolas, which I, of course, would like to have some loads in. Normally I would have run them at the layouts and in various videos empty, but then I thought, hey, let me just let me try and see if I can get something loaded in them. I went ahead and I bought these ones. Now these are already cut up, but I got them. It was 1 meter length times 1 centimeters width, with the cars, with the gondolas being around 18, just over 18 centimeters in the in length. I cut them all to like 17.8, 17.9. I wasn't really that, you know, I just needed them to be maximum 18. That meant that I could have 5 per stick, per yardstick, per wooden stick, if we can say so. And since I bought 7, I actually got for 5, 6 or 7 cars. See, that would depend on. I tried them to load them into the gondolas, and as you have seen on the first frame, these are bundled into 5s. 3 at the bottom, because that fits perfectly width-wise, and then 2 more, which means that I don't get over the top of the gondola, which is probably, or that is what I was aiming for. It might be that some gondolas it would be a number 6 on top, but I can always add on 1 more if I wanted to. Now, as you might see, these ones, they are gonna be painted a little bit because I don't really like this one. So let's see how that works out. As you see on the first picture, it worked out pretty good. But yeah, I will show you a little bit more just now. I'm just gonna get rid of that. As you can see, I have put in 2 pieces of over here in Denmark it's called painting tape. It's basically what you mask up and before you paint. It's sticky, but it's not that sticky, you know, so it will be okay because I just need to secure it. What I'm gonna do is, and I'm gonna try this too on camera. I've done a few in advance. I'm gonna put one here and, you know, one here. Sorry for my fingers, for my hands. And then just press it a bit down. Do the same with this one over here. I have 2. I'm missing 2. And there you perhaps have that, and then press it a bit down so it's gonna be easy. What I'm gonna use now is wooden glue. I believe in the US it's probably what you call the Elmer's white glue, but yeah, like this I'm just gonna pour in, you know. I'm not gonna pour in like a lot, because these are meant to be locked together, and with wooden glue really sticks. that's about it. And then now I'm gonna attempt to put these back on again, and then you see I have put that on a little bit, put that on the shirt, and then just gonna hold this together and oh la la. Now, as I mentioned, I have 7, so of course I have done a few ones in advance. And this is me rattling one. See, let me just put this one out. And I said it wasn't sticky, it's sticky enough. Now, this is the one that I have done so far. You know, it fits there, it's glued in, it's been dried. I did those on Monday, I believe. Monday evening. Today, of course, you don't know that, but today is Friday. But normally, these ones that I just made, they would be ready for me to do something with them, like within the next hour. But next thing is to start to paint them up a little bit. I'm using a different method than probably what other people do, but let's see if it works. Now, you see I have just put in some cardboard or some paper, like brown paper, thick brown paper that I got from work, just so I don't mess up all over the table. I'm probably gonna mess up anyway, but I'm not gonna mess up that much, hopefully. Now, okay, I don't know if you can see this, but this is shoe shine black that I'm gonna use. I have actually again, you know, I don't know if you've ever watched any of those shows. Back here we had a show called the TV Kitchen. They showed how to make food, and they always had some of the food made in advance, and roughly the same as I'm doing now. As you can see, I have already used it. I have painted the bottom of it, but basically what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna shake it up and just put in some and then put in some black, and then of course a lot of you will say wood. It's wood. It's not black wood. No, but I have other things that I'm gonna do next afterwards, after this has been dried up a little bit. And the reason why I did some of this on Monday evening also, when I glued everything up, actually, so this was Tuesday evening and I painted the bottom ones, was to see how quick it dried, and it dries very quickly, so that's good. But I will continue, sorry for this, I will continue with this and I will show you the result later on. Bye for now. These have now dried up a little bit. I put them on a bit of piece of paper just to let them dry a little bit. I mentioned early on it wasn't gonna be black or anything, you know. I have this Vallejo model wash for light colors, dark brown. That's in this one, and then I have a see it there, Vallejo model wash for gray and dark vehicles. It's dark gray. It's this one over here. I'm gonna put this on and then let's see how that works, and then do a little bit more with it. But yeah. It's not that visible on the camera, but you can definitely see how that the brown is putting in a good batch on this one, so that it gets much more of a dark brown color. So what I'm gonna do is I will continue again with this one. As you can see, it's a tedious thing, but hey, you know, it's I like to try and do my own inexpensive loads for something. Also, reason why I'm doing it this way, let me just be very frank on that one. I wanted to be able to take them out of the gondolas when I don't want them, or be able to swap loads. I have various loads in mind that I'm gonna make. But yeah, but let's see, you know, this was just, I will show you the finished result once I am finished. Bye for now. Yeah, now I have made them a little bit, they've been painted with a little bit brown, and color goes in through it. Camera is a little bit bad on that one, but I could turn off the light, you know, that didn't help. But yeah, a lot of these things, sometimes the camera doesn't really give the best lighting and everything, you know, unless you have a very expensive camera. I don't. But these are painted with a little bit of brown now. Now these are basically gonna be dried up. This is another one. I'll just give it a little bit more. And the ones that I did from the beginning of the video, I am trying to do those without putting shoe shine on them, and just see what will happen once that comes in. The next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna let them dry up a little bit more. Then I'm gonna put on some of my can I say dry colors, you know, the pigments. I have a mix of there's burnt umber in, there's brown in, there's black in. It's the one that I use for all of my cars, you know, that of any excess, or rather say any excess that you have once you do the cars, I always put them back into this one. This is my go-to when I do wheels and trucks, because they can have that color. But yeah, but let me show you that once these are dried up a little bit more. We'd just like to have them done a little bit more. See you. Bye, guys. As you can see, I don't know if you can see this, but I'm gonna zoom in a little bit. But these are basically all the leftovers that I have. I can just show you a little bit of which ones that I'm using. I'm using desert dust, probably some in there. Burnt umber, there's definitely some in there. So that was the wrong one. That was a. Then there's some more paints here. There's rust. I have a lot of these ones, different ones. But yeah, but I'm gonna try and do these ones. So I'm basically gonna, again, I'm putting it over the container so that any excess just falls down again. I can reuse it. So basically just gonna put it on and see how it's and I can already say now it's changing it a lot. I get a nice nice brownish color of roughly what I wanted. The trick I think with this is, which is not the trick when you do normal painting of these sorts, is to add on a lot. because it will fall off again. I'm gonna seal it still, but yeah. Let me show you if I can show you now. I have one I haven't done. Again, in plain view, it's pretty obvious that this one hasn't done. This one looks a lot more like roughly what I wanted. Some wooden stuff that I can put in the gondola. But yeah, let me try and do all of these ones, and give you a little update at the end. Bye for now. Finished with putting dry stuff on them. These are now, I think, a lovely brown color. Now, I know that some of you might say, I think, this is way too uniform, since I'm doing it the same thing with all 5, basically probably going to be all 7. But I also have to say that the paint has dried in very. I would on an eye level, it's a very different one how it's been dried in. So there is small nuances, small deviations in them, but I'm okay, with that. Just to show you, this is the one that I started out with, one of the 2 ones. The difference in them, trying to get them up, and I must admit I really like the whole thing of having wood done like this. If you see some of them, I've tried to disguise some of them. Some of them they broke into a little bit of pieces when I cut them, but then again, from what I know, things are not always clear cut when they're cut in the actual world, the real world, the ones that we are trying to model. But right now I might put in a little bit more on them, then give them like 10 minutes, 15 minutes, give them a matte varnish just on the top, just to seal in, and then let's see how it looks. I am very pleased with how it looks at the moment, I must say. The only reason why I'm giving it varnish so that everything stays there. I also know that some of the dry color might get off, but once it's dried up a lot with the varnish, I'll see if I need to give it just a little bit more, and then varnish will still keep it. But yeah, that's about it for a very short. I will show you again, how I do the last bit, but very short and quick way of how to do some loads for your gondolas. As you can see, I have now put on some varnish, and it's gonna be great. I'm probably gonna put on a little bit more on some of them, not all of them, but some of them, just to give it a little bit more of a distinguished look. This is the bottom one that didn't get anything. But the other ones I gave it on top. I'm still wondering if I should put in some matches underneath for it to be when it's on the ground. But I will see on that one later. But otherwise, this is basically how they're gonna look. Some getting a little bit more brush, and and then you have seen the end result. I am pretty happy with how it turned out. Fairly quick, took like a couple of hours to do these ones. things are drying up fast. That's the good thing. Then of course I haven't calculated on the cutting part and the gluing part, but yeah, it was a pretty quick small load experiment job that I've done, and next time you will see these ones will be in the gondolas on either this layout or perhaps an exhibition. I'm not sure yet if that's gonna happen, but yeah. But bye for now, guys. Of course, like always, if you like it, subscribe. If you think that this is more, to come, I have planned a few more of these ones. So, but like it if you want, and then we will see where we will get there. Bye for now, guys. Bye.